Ciao ragazzi, classroom settings, education settings. Don't let the colors fool you. I pick my attire in the morning in pitch black without seeing it. I grab, I feel, that feels athletic, that feels like it's got a collar on it. That'll do for today. I pull it out, I look at the colors and I go, life works in funny ways, man. There's no need to go out of your way to change that shirt. So don't let the colors fool you. Don't let the colors fool you. There's only one team that's been running the city of Milan for a while. And as of today, we decided to welcome our not-so-friendly enemies from Turin. And they came there for 3 points. But the way that they went about it was very typical of their manager, who I thought to myself this morning could have won the game for either side. And I'm glad that Allegri chose to win the game for us. I'm not going to give him the credit because we were better. Inzaghi was better. His subs were better. His approach was better. The defenders were better. Benji Pavard was world class. I've only watched snippets of the game, so I can't really speak for anything besides the amazing attention to detail that our fans were giving throughout this fixture. And a special shout out has to go to some of the people that were helping me get through it, man, because I wasn't going to turn this game on for my life. But first piece of business is first piece of business, and a promise is a promise. Shout out to my friend, my brother, Franco, from the Interworldwide chat, who has been copiously confident this season. And I said that if we were going to win this game, that I would give him that shout because he has been consistently confident more than anybody else I know. And I'm really, really glad that he won today. And I'm glad that we won today. It's, To know that we went there today to wallop them was great, because that's what we did. The scoreline's only going to reflect 1-0, but there is not a single Juventus fan I know that thinks we got lucky. There is not a single Juve fan that thinks they were hard done by. And there's not a single Juve fan that's happy with their performance. And this is coming from someone who knows many Juve fans online that would rather tip a coffin over than admit through their ego that they are inferior. Today, it was an inferiority complex on the pitch from Juventus, not so much off the pitch from their fans. I don't know how those players get back into the dressing room, look at Allegri and say, you're the one. And I think now's a good time for me to continue to voice my frustrations on Max and his approach with his media press conferences and whatnot. This title race is nowhere near over. We've won the game today, but I'm not smiling. I'm not jumping around the room. I'm not banging my head up against the wall saying we're going to win this title. What we did today was do what we needed to do. We welcomed a team to our home that were not as good as us, and we beat them. It just so happens to be Juve. And it just so happens that they didn't look like a second place team. They looked like a fourth or fifth place team, as they have all season. But the truth is that they kept us to 1-0. More specifically, Gleison Bremer kept us to 1-0. Warwick Szczesny kept us to 1-0. They were fantastic today. Bremer was fantastic today. Szczesny was fantastic today. Hakan Çalhanoğlu was fantastic today. If Hakan was Italian, they'd be looking at his move from Milan to Inter the way they look at Pirlo's move from Milan to Juve. And if we win this league at the end of the year, I'll make that comparison. Because the way Hakan played with Juve today was embarrassing. And the fact that so many of their fans have hung shit on him for the last 2.5 seasons, today was just poetic justice and karma in the form of Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Full circle karma, kicking you in the side of the head with steel cap boots. The goal, doesn't matter who it goes in off. It's an opportunistic play. The ball's going to go in. Toro should have had more. Arnautovic should have scored. Thuram should have scored. Should have been 4 or 5. Should have been 4 or 5. But it wasn't. But that's okay, because you get 3 points for 1-0 the same way you do for 4 or 5. Go and ask them guys. Poetic result today to keep that at 1-0. Poetic. Almost looked intentional. So what now? Well, now it's very simple. +4 with a game in hand with 15 fixtures to go. We need to beat Roma and we need to beat Atalanta. Winning today has given Inzaghi a license And a lot of fans are going to hate me saying this, but I'm just going to say it. And it might be because it's Raw today, but I'm going to say it. Winning this game today has given Inzaghi a license to chuck the Champions League, to chuck the UCL. If Toro is 50-50, Atletico Roma, play Roma. If Hakan is 50-50, Atalanta, Atletico, play Atalanta. I don't care, bro. We're that close. Today we buried a large part of the mental pack that was chasing us. We need to keep that pendulum firmly switched and fixed in our favor. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get this video out. I'm sorry my day's been so busy that I could barely acknowledge a thing. But I was very grateful to be in a busy work environment this morning because I don't think I could have handled watching this game. And that's the truth. I should be able to get home in the next hour and a half. If that's the case, I will do a live today. And you know what? I just might do a watch along because I haven't watched the game. I need to watch the game. I need to watch the game. I need to watch the fucking game.